Lacey's Last Chance by Gabriel Davis. Performed by Patrice Hanson. My father was a wonderful man who waited on me hand and foot when I was a child. Mother used to jokingly call him the slave. When I grew up, I expected to find a husband as loving and selfless as my father. Instead, I found Frank. And I would always give Frank 30-minute back rubs, which he always asked for. But he'd never give me back rubs unless I begged. And even then, only for 30 seconds. One time, I broke both my arms and they were put in casts. Despite this, I continued with Frank's back rubs. And the doctor warned me that if I continued using the muscles in my arms that way, I would permanently damage them and have unbearable shooting pains for the rest of my life. I told Frank what the doctor said. Frank told me that I was exaggerating because I was lazy and I didn't care about how his back felt. One day shortly after that, after a long time of rubbing his back, my own was sore. And so I said, "Your turn." And I want half an hour because I always give you half an hour. What's fair is fair, right? And Frank said, "I thought you gave me back rubs because you love me, not because you expected something in return." So I explained that I loved him, but I also wanted something since I gave so much. Then he told me that I was just being selfish, and I needed to start trying to be a truly selfless person. And so I tried for a while to be selfless. But the shooting pains in my arms, which he also refused to massage, were so unbearable that finally I figured it would be easier to kill Frank than to continue trying to be selfless. And I know I should have just left or something like that, but the apartment was so nice, and why should I be the one to give it up when I'm the one who found it in the first place? And I suppose even then there would be other ways to handle things, but I couldn't think of any at the time. Killing him was the best I could come up with then. The real problem with me and Frank was, I think, my inability to be assertive, to assert myself. I mean, had I just asserted my right to back rubs and to my arms and to my apartment, which I found, then maybe Frank would have respected my needs and I wouldn't have to feel that I had to kill him. I think that I fluctuate. I fluctuate between being too passive and too aggressive. What I really need is to find some middle ground between the two.